Hello fellow investors, in our previous video we did a review of the financial statements of First Majestic Corp. In this video I'm going to go into a little bit more details. I'm going to review some of the key financial information. We are going to dive into the technical analysis. We are going to compare some of the metrics to its competitors. And then we're going to do the conclusions and summarize some of the key points. First Majestic Silver Corp is a Canadian-based company with 3 operational mines in Mexico, 1 in the US, and 4 mines in conservation state in Mexico. Let's compare company's operational results for the 9 months period in 2022 and 2021 from the latest report. So, what do we have? The company mined quite a bit more ore in 2022, or 30% to be exact, which resulted in more silver being mined. However, it also resulted in higher revenue. However, there was a significant problem. The silver was realized at much lower price. If it was realized at almost $26 in 2021 on average, in 2022 it was realized at only $22. So my problem is that we mined quite a bit of more silver and sold it for quite a bit less money. But that's not the end of the problem. The other problem is that the company generated a little bit less in negative free cash flow. However, if again you look at our previous video, company generated quite a bit more real losses. So the company extracted more of shareholder value from the mine and generated losses by doing so. So that's, in my opinion, not a great result and not a very good performance, and actually quite questionable performance. The other things that I would pay attention to is the all-sustaining cost per silver ounce. So for the 9 months period, for the comparative 9 months periods, the cost to mine an ounce is almost $19.50, while at present the price of silver is around $21 an ounce. So we are quite close. So the cost to mine the silver is quite close to the actual market price of silver. The company has managed to decrease its costs to mine an ounce of silver in the third quarter. However, for the whole 9 months period, it still ended up at $19.50. One of my biggest problems with First Majestic Silver is their share repurchase program. It's excellent. They want to buy 10 million of their own shares, which is approximately 3% of the company float. It's great. But instead of doing that, while the company shares are near the record lows, the company chooses to dilute the present shareholders at a rate of almost 2.54%, or by issuing 6.5 million of new shares. What is the company thinking about? They're mining more while generating losses, and they're issuing more shares or diluting the present shareholder ownership. Doesn't sound great to me. It doesn't look like they really care about maybe I don't understand something, but it doesn't look like they care about the present shareholders. Interesting point is that it is probably unprofitable right now to mine silver or to start new mining operations. For example, the all-in sustaining cost to mine 1 ounce of silver for Pan American Silver is currently at $18. For Endeavor Silver, it's at $20. For First Majestic, it's $19.50. Silver Corp Metals, it's a Chinese-based, it's a Canadian company with China-based mines, $8.25. Fortuna Silver, $15.50. So if you exclude Silver Corp Metals, then our average cost to mine 1 ounce of silver is almost $18.50. Given the present price of about $21, it barely makes any sense to start mining silver. This chart was borrowed from Metal Source. On this chart, we can see that they are projecting that the silver demand is starting to outpace silver supply in 2021, and the disparity is starting to grow. The projected disparity is starting to grow in 2022. So, and going forward, things are probably going to be to become even worse because of all the electrification and growing demand for silver. Conclusions, some of the important points, and valuation. Book value per share. Book value per share we reviewed in our previous video, which you can find in the description to this video. So it is $5.11, and the current market price is $9.62. However, given the high level of inflation in the mining sector, I would assume that the book value per share is inflation-adjusted book value per share is actually quite close to the market value. That's point number one. The point that I didn't like is the share dilution. Again, 2.5% of share dilution while the company is generating losses doesn't look like a very good thing. The positive thing going for the company is that the all-sustaining cost to mine silver is actually quite close to the market price of silver right now. So I would assume that the company is quite close to its bottom. That's why it's also not quite clear why the company is avoiding by buying its own shares, although the program is installed to buy their own shares. When we look through our next sections, we will discover that it is with high probability that we are going to be looking at silver shortages, which may result in much higher silver prices down the road. So again, we are quite close to our book value. It probably doesn't make any for any new mining companies. It probably doesn't make any sense right now to start developing their mines because they are just going to lose money, and we're going to silver shortages. So all these factors are very likely to push silver prices up in the near future. However, simultaneously, things could be affected by the interest rates, rising interest rates in the next, let's say, 6 or 8 months. So overall, I think it's a very interesting bet, long-term bet over the next 1, 3, maybe 4 years. The prices can definitely double or triple if all these factors align and governments start printing more money. So I would assume it's very hard to value the company based on its cash flow because it has negative cash flow, so you cannot use the discounted cash flow model. But so I have to go with the book value and inflation. And I'd say the company is probably currently valued fairly good. So I would probably consider accumulating this company very slowly, although I particularly don't like the share dilution and the losses and the share dilution, so it looks questionable to me. So I'm probably going to skip First Majestic Silver Corp, but it looks quite interesting. On the technical side, let's look at the monthly chart of First Majestic Silver Corp. We see a long trend line which goes from 2008 to present. That's a support trend line, and a resistance trend line which goes from about 2011. So it appears that this chart is building a triangle pattern, and
We'll see how it transforms, but here's our resistance trend line. It is around 17, and the key support level is around well, $5.5 or $6. What is interesting that this chart looks, if you look at the silver chart, monthly silver chart, we'll see the same thing. The trend, I drew this trend, I could have drawn it this way at the bottoms. However, I would assume that this bottom in the COVID crisis of 2020 is kind of probably too much of a bottom. The market probably overdid it itself, so quite a bit. So that was definitely an extremely unusual event. So I would probably draw this support level over here. So we've just bounced off the support level. It doesn't mean that the price is going to just reverse and shoot back, although it can. Often in the price would just hit the support level once again. So that's why I'm saying that it's really hard to say. The company is not profitable, so it's very difficult to draw a discounted cash flow model on First Majestic Silver Corp. Simultaneously, silver prices are extremely low, which is probably going to lead to higher prices down the road. So it is very interesting, but the company is generating losses. So you could start accumulated at this point and wait for the prices to go up, and the higher prices are obviously going to push the stock price higher because the company is going to start generating positive cash flow. However, it is hard to say when this is going to happen. Silver prices may just bounce back over here for another, well, till potentially, well, 2024, even maybe 24. So they bounced here for quite a while, maybe even 2 years. So it's a very interesting play, interesting bet, but it may not work out right away. It may take a while for quite a while for the price to reverse, but it is very interesting.